Hello friends, the National Library of Ayurveda Medicine is pleased to present a new episode on Ayurveda. The present release is part of a video lecture series prepared for the education of Ayurveda literature in accordance with the academic curriculum of Ayurveda studies in India. My name is Dr. Sumit Kesarkar and I will be your host throughout this video on the concept of ama or metabolic toxins in Ayurveda. Ama is derived from two words, a which means near or towards, and ma which means poison. Hence the word ama denotes a substance or a group of substances which is near to poison or act like poison. Ama means an entity existing in a state of incomplete transformation. Ama is considered a physical toxin, but its presence also affects the mental and spiritual quotient by corrupting the doshas. The genesis of life, as explained by Ayurveda on metaphysical planes, culminates briefly as one which progresses towards complete merger with the Supreme Consciousness. The physical body, with its mental attributes, serve as a vehicle to achieve the goal. The body is constantly degenerating and hence it has to be stabilized in its healthy state as long as possible to achieve the ultimate goal. Life through physical body feeds itself on food and thoughts. Both of them are processed by a supreme entity called Agni, which manifests itself through the body in various forms of Pitta. It is ably supported by Vata and Kapha to carry out these transformations of food to the desired end products suitable to the body. These end products are individual specific. Any discrepancy or deviation from these processes leads to undesirable products which cause grief and hindrance in the path of an individual towards his ultimate goal. This grief or undesirable products can be termed as ama. From medicine point of view, ama is considered with physical toxins created as a result of improper digestion, absorption and excretion at macro and micro levels of the body. Hence the gross body is always evaluated from two stages. One, when presence of ama is detected, it is called sa-ama or with ama. And one, when ama gets digested or transformed as a result of treatment, this stage is called nir-ama or without ama. Though ama is present in all disorders as a contributing factor, it is not necessary that it may always be the causative factor. This is very important rule a physician must consider before commencing a treatment. Ayurveda considers that the degeneration of physical body is brought about by the very doshas who create and sustain it. Ama hastens this process and brings about immense grief. Hence the two stages of sa-ama and nir-ama are explicitly discussed. Ayurveda concepts divide the complete process of digestion into three stages. Acharya Vagbhat concludes that ama is very similar to the residue of food in the first stage of digestion, and hence ama is initially formed in the am-ashay or a cavity that holds ama. Here the first stage of digestion takes place and is known as am-avastha or the stage where food is collected in the amashaya. The specific anatomical structure and location of amashaya through Ayurveda literature is not clearly defined, but many scholars correlate amashaya with stomach. For simplicity of understanding with discretion, let us represent it as stomach. From amashaya, the food passes to a tract called grahani, whose location and structure is ill-defined in Ayurveda texts. Many scholars of Ayurveda correlate the process of digestion mentioned in Ayurveda texts with modern knowledge of digestion, and hence correlate grahani with the tract comprising of duodenum and jejunum, since major digestive juices are secreted there. For simplicity of understanding, let us represent this tract as a place where the second stage of Ayurveda digestion or Pacha Am Avastha takes place. In this stage, Pachak Pitta, which can be collectively referred to various juices and enzymes, mix with food and digest it to a stage identifiable by the body as nutrition. This nutritional juice is known as Ahar Rasa and is of a specific constitution respective to each individual. The Ahar Rasa moves from the Grahani to a third track called Pakvashaya, a track where again a general consensus about its exact location and structure is not reached amongst Ayurveda scholars. Taking cues from certain similarities in modern knowledge, we can loosely correlate Pakvashaya to the intestines. Here the absorption of nutrition from Ahar Rasa takes place with the help of Saman Vayu and the remaining material is moved forward as waste to the large intestine and urinary apparatus by Apan Vayu for excretion. The absorbed nutrition is transported to the seven tissues for micrometabolism. This entire process constitutes as Pakwa Avastha or third stage of digestion. The nature of Rasa formed determines its stimuli to the intestines as favorable or non-favorable. If favorable, the juice is absorbed as nutrition and waste material excreted. If not favorable, there is partial or no absorption leading to toxic residue, either complete or partial in the intestine. This residue can be termed as ama. The ama so formed causes functional and structural discrepancies and progresses the body on verge of disease. Ama creation is attributed to Agni Vishamta or disruption of Agni. Agni in broader sense refers to an entity which transforms or digests all manifestations in the universe. It can only be comprehended with its actions and cannot be visualized. Fire is a manifestation of Agni, but Agni is beyond fire. Hence it exists in various forms. Whenever we see any transformation, whether it be food, thoughts, seasons, etc., it occurs under the influence of Agni. For understanding Ama in simple terms, let us hypothetically correlate Agni to one of its manifestations called Pachak Pitta in form of digestive juices in micro and macro form through the body in the present context. In brief, the causes of Ama production can be listed as follows. Agni Vishamta or corrupt digestive fire. Agni Vishamta can be taken as disrupted enzymes and digestive juices at macro and micro level which inhibit complete transformation of food to desired end product. This leads to ama. Once formed, it slows down the absorption process, clogs the system and creates wastes which cannot be excreted, leading to disease. Dhatu Agni Vishamta. Though a direct reference to nature of Agni at each tissue level is not found explicitly, by reasoning we can arrive that tissues in Ayurveda cannot be formed without process of digestion at that level. Hence again for simplicity of understanding and borrowing from similarities of modern knowledge, we can relate Dhatu Agni Vishamta to micrometabolism at tissue level where the circulating digestive juice, either healthy or unhealthy, as it is absorbed and moves through various channels of the human body to be assimilated by seven tissues, experiences metabolic roadblocks due to the disrupted or weak metabolic fires at that particular tissue level. When ama is formed in a particular tissue and it becomes disrupted, it is identified as Sa-ama stage of that tissue. And when the ama is rectified, the tissue again achieves the Nir-ama stage. Malasanchay or accumulation of waste products. Digestive discrepancies most of the times create untransformed products which get accumulated in various channels both at macro level and tissue level. These wastes are a source of ama. Ayurveda considers the waste products of body termed as aharmala created at macro level and dhatumala created at tissue level to be in a healthy state to maintain the body. It has described the healthy constitution of each waste product formed when the digestion is optimum. Creation of AMA naturally hampers the healthy creation and excretion process of these wastes, leading to buildup of toxins and hence disease. The three doshas, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, act at different levels in the body through their subtypes. They bring about the absorption, assimilation and excretion of food through their various properties at different levels. For example, as food enters the mouth, Bodha Kapha located there understands the taste and informs the body about the probable juices and enzymes required to digest it. Pachak Pitta helps in assimilation while Samana and Apana help in absorption and excretion. Any discrepancies in these entities will result in ama. The ama so formed creates a vicious cycle by disrupting the already corrupted doshas, leading to sa-ama avastha of the doshas. Properties of ama can be listed in brief as follows. Ama is always in the form of incompletely digested substance. It is non-homogeneous, has a very bad or foul odor which can be experienced only when it is combined with excreted products such as sweat, urine and fecus, or when products such as sputum, vomit are expelled from the body. It is very sticky and it creates a complete slowdown of body processes. I hope this video was informative and made the subject clear. Comments and feedback are highly appreciated and you can leave them by visiting the National Library's website at www.nlam.in or likewise by writing to me at vdsumit@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.